Hi, this is Ann with Finance on the Offense, and you may have heard about NFTs or NFTs. And in this video, I'm going to go over what they are and show you some examples. Hopefully by the end of the video, you'll have some idea about whether you want to invest in this type of art form. All right, let's get started. Okay, so what is an NFT? NFT stands for non-fungible token, and it's basically digital assets that can be sold and traced over the blockchain. So it could be like artwork, music, files, a Twitter tweet, just anything in a digital format, and it is backed by blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is the type of technology that all the cryptocurrencies run on. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and all of those other cryptocurrencies run on the blockchain. This kind of technology uses a network of computers to record transactions, and it gives proof of ownership. It's a way for digital artwork to have provenance, and it's a way to prove authenticity. Sort of a digital footprint that shows the buying and selling of the artwork over time and how it ended up with the person who owns it. An artist will make a digital piece of art, let's say it's an animated GIF, and they'll put it on an NFT marketplace as a limited run. So let's say they only sell 10 of them. Once that limited number runs out, there are no more available, and that causes scarcity, which causes the demand and the price to increase. So when did all this get started? The technology has been available, according to a New York Times article, since the mid-2010s, but it got popular in 2017 with a site called CryptoKitties. This is a CryptoKitties site, and honestly, I never heard of this site before making this video, but this site allows people to buy and breed limited edition digital cats with cryptocurrency. Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, it might be crazy, but someone paid $170,000 for this JPEG of Dragon, which is a digital crypto kitty. So yes, $170,000 for a JPEG. So let's take a look at some of the NFT art that's sold recently. The biggest sale in recent news was by Beeple. Beeple is the name that Mike Winkelmann, who is a digital artist, goes by in the art world. So he took 5,000 of his digital artworks that you see here, created this big mosaic, and these are some of the pieces that make up that mosaic. So he put these all together in a mosaic and then auctioned it at Christie's auction house, and it pulled in $70 million. Let's look at a couple other ones. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, decided to sell this tweet, which was his first tweet ever at Twitter, as an NFT in a charity auction, and bidding for this tweet had reached $2.5 million by yesterday. Now in this case, I'm not exactly sure what the digital asset is. It might just be a JPEG of this tweet. The next one we'll look at is a flying rainbow cat with a Pop-Tart body, and this is an animated GIF. This one sold for about $580,000. People also make other digital items into NFTs, so music albums, there are sports clips that have been made into NFTs. For example, the artist 3LAU sold a tokenized album for $3.6 million. And this was actually in a collection of limited edition NFTs. And then there's NBA Top Shot, which is a platform that has a partnership with the NBA. They made almost $150 million in sales of NFTs in the last week. And on this site, users buy and sell short basketball highlight clips. So you might be saying, okay, well, this is just an animated GIF. I can download that to my phone and I'll own it too, but for free. So why are people paying so much for just an animated GIF? Yes, it's true you can get an exact copy, but you don't actually own the real, authentic version of that NFT without blockchain verification. So it's a similar idea with the Mona Lisa. Let's say you had somebody copy the Mona Lisa and nobody, like your friends, couldn't tell that it was any different than the real Mona Lisa. Thing is, the real Mona Lisa has a provenance, which is just basically a way to prove the buying and selling over the years of the Mona Lisa, all the way up to the current owner. And that's what the blockchain technology does. The big sellers right now are images, GIFs, and videos. And just like everything else, supply and demand are driving the price. Collectors want to have them because they're very scarce, so they're willing to pay a lot of money for them. And some people are seeing these as an investment because you can actually resell them with the blockchain technology too, which will be traced. If that artist gets more and more popular, that NFT is going to be worth more over time. If you want to buy NFT artwork, you can go to one of these sites. I'll leave the links in the description below so you can just check them out. By the way, you'll probably need an Ethereum wallet to buy on most of these sites. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency just like Bitcoin. Nifty Gateway, OpenSea, Rarible, Super Rare, and Decentraland. So let's open one of these websites and take a look. So this is Super Rare, one of the NFT marketplaces. And if we go up here to Discover, we can see some of the NFTs that are currently on the market. This one's pretty cool, so I'll click that one. The current offer on this one is 1 Ethereum, which is $1,922. This, of course, is changing all the time because cryptocurrencies fluctuate a lot against the US dollar. If you scroll down a little, you can see the history. So you can see that somebody here made an offer 2 hours ago, and then the NFT was created 2 days ago. Here's another one that kind of looks like the Bitcoin is breathing, a little bit strange. This one doesn't have an offer right now. It was created 5 hours ago. So it probably seems a little crazy right now, like who would pay this for just an animated GIF that anyone could put on their phone? But this is probably the direction that digital art is headed. I mean, who really believed that when baseball cards came out, which are honestly just little pieces of cardboard, that anyone would spend a lot of money for them? I bet no one really predicted that. But anyway, if you're looking for a really interesting and possibly very risky way to invest, NFTs could be right for you. All right, if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.